attorney general, and before that, an elected district attorney. And before that, I was a courtroom prosecutor. So I took on, in these roles, perpetrators of all kinds.
Kamala is working full-time to erase her record of open borders, transgender anything, high energy costs, taxes, interest rates, which are at sky levels, rising crime rates, and wars all over the world.
That was Trump and Harris at their respective rallies last night, talking about Kamala's record on crime and other things. For more on this, let's bring in criminal defense attorney Brian Claypool. So, Brian, it's fascinating. Clearly, there are stats, as we cited them, that Harris is now running on and trying to cling to. But as we heard right there from Steve, he's saying that it's not what the number says on paper. It's the reality of what happened in the state of California. And yet now she's even putting out campaign ads touting her record. Here's a sample of just how she's running on it. Watch this.
As a prosecutor, she protected us from violent criminals. As Attorney General,
she beat the banks that kicked families out of their homes.
Brian, do you think that's going to work?
Hey, Griff, great to be with you. Welcome here to Kamala country in Los Angeles, where I went to a Target store the other day and you couldn't even get a thing of shaving cream because everything's locked up because people come in there and just steal regularly at Target. Welcome to empty restaurants and empty stores throughout the state of California. Welcome to hospitals in California. I went to the emergency room 2 weeks ago on a Saturday, and it was like a third world country, Griff. I worked hard to pay for health care, and I sat there for 7 hours because homeless people were replete within the emergency room. There had to be armed guards outside of a prominent hospital in Pasadena. The fact of the matter is, in 2014, Kamala Harris helped write Proposition 47 in the state of California. And in my opinion, what she wrote that the voters voted in was misleading and deceitful because it reclassified nonviolent felonies and allowed these felons to become misdemeanor convicts. And what's that mean? That means they went out back on the street, and that's why we have all this violent homelessness throughout California. What other point I want to make on that, Griff? If you look at the fine language in Proposition 47 in 2014, it says that it would take years for the California justice system to make any money off Prop 47. Yet when people voted on it, she said that it would save the state of California hundreds of millions of dollars. So do you want deceit as a president, or do you want somebody that's going to make change in this state and change this from the golden state back to the golden state instead of what we're living now, which is like the twilight state?
Well, we'll be pulling back the onion and examining the records of all the candidates and their backgrounds, and particularly today on the issue of crime, and as Harris runs as the former prosecutor, whether or not that will work. Brian Claypool, thank you for your time and great insight today.